Hey everyone, it's Ben with Ascent Digital. And today I want to talk about a few easy tips to increase your SEO. I'm sure you've heard the buzzword SEO over and over again. It's something that's used quite frequently in the digital marketing industry. Basically, all it is the practice of making sure that your website ranks highly organically on search engines like Google. There's a lot of things that you can do. There's a lot of big money to be spent in it. But what I want to do today is offer just a few kind of easy tips that I think you can implement yourself that should help hopefully kind of increase your efforts and put some efficiency behind it. The first one I'm going to recommend is that you do some keyword research. The idea is that we don't want to put effort into keywords that aren't actually being searched. There's a couple of really cool tools out there. My favorite is the Google Keyword Planner, but there's also stuff like SEMrush and some really just free resources out there that you can go in and do some research on keywords. It'll tell you the volume at which specific terms are being searched and kind of give you an idea of if it's worthwhile for you to focus on. The other thing I'm going to recommend is to do some content research. We talked about it a little bit in the video marketing video that I made, but there's a lot of great opportunity out there to answer questions that your customers are asking. Odds are they're going to search for those exact questions too. So I would say think about the things that your customers are asking and figure out a way to answer them through content. It might be a blog, it might be a page on your website. Oftentimes websites will have a FAQ page or things like that. The other thing is to do your own searching. Put yourself in the shoes of your customer and try to practice your buying journey. What type of things are they going to be searching? What type of things are they going to be looking for online? And make sure you're in the mix to show up as a result for them. The other thing is if you don't have one, you need one, and that's a Google business profile. It used to be called Google My Business, but we're finding that it accounts for about 66% of the algorithms in terms of Google determining which businesses to present as search results. So if you don't have one, make one. Make sure you verify your business on Google. There's a little verification process that'll happen, but make sure you do that. That's also how you'll show up on the map results. If you're a service-based business, it's very easy to change it from a physical location to a service area. If you have questions about that, let me know. I'm happy to help with the Google My Business stuff or the Google Business Profile stuff. Another one is to try to build the off-site presence for your business. So the idea behind SEO really, if we kind of take a step back and look at the reason for SEO, it's that Google wants to present the most relevant and reliable sources of information so that we keep using Google, right? So there's all these complicated algorithms that happen, all these complexities that occur, but really at the end of the day, it's just that we needed Google to trust us. And so while there's all the online aspects or your on-site aspects, like we had talked about with keywords and content and things like that, there's a lot of off-site aspects too that really influence the search results. One of the biggest one is reviews. We talk about Google trusting us. If people trust us, Google's going to trust us. So the biggest thing you can do is ask your customers to leave you reviews. It doesn't really matter where. A great place is on that Google business profile that we talked about. But if they'll leave you reviews on your social pages, other review specific sites, things like that, it's just a great way for your credibility to be bolstered. And with that, Google will trust you even more. Another one is backlinks. So there's a lot of great resources out there in terms of online listings, online directories, making sure that they're claimed and that they're backlinks pointing back to your website. If basically, and I use the analogy often that if you think of your online presence as a brick and mortar store, if you're on a county road, what we want to do is we want to move you next to a highway. That way there's tons of visibility, there's tons of traffic going by it, and you'll just naturally get more business because of that. Similarly, backlinks work the same way. So what you'll want to do is claim as many of your online directories as you can. Make sure that when you do claim them, you make rich listings is what it's called. So that's where you're putting in as much business data as you can. Your hours of operation, your logo, a link to your website, your phone number, as much of the accurate information you can, pushes it all to the same place. All of a sudden Google trusts you a little more. The key with that though is making sure that you're consistent. So if you use Inc. in your brand name, make sure to use Inc. across all of your online directories. If you have a suite number in your address, make sure that you include your suite number in all of your online directories. Any inconsistencies will start to kind of mess with the algorithms and can actually hurt your search rankings. And then the other thing I'm going to recommend really is, when in doubt, put it out. There is no such thing as bad content. I'm making a video right now that I'm very uncomfortable about, but I'm putting it out there because I know the process and I trust the process. And so if you're thinking, hey, how can I rank higher on Google? How can I get more exposure for my company? Just start. Start by writing a blog. Start by adding some keywords to your website. Add another page of content. Claim an online directory. Lots of things you can do that are only going to help your efforts. If you need help with it, we're here to help. But I also think that there's some really great ways that you can just do little tricks along the way, to help. Because at the end of the day, you're really good at what you do. You deserve to be found for what you do. So hopefully that was helpful. Those are just some of my quick off the top of my head tips to increase your SEO rankings.